Hello Libra friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Libra September 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. An eclipse and Mars rocking your sign plus birthdays? We got a lot to talk about, plus there's more besides that. So let's just go into the layers that are forming to create your experience of this month and beyond. This is for you if Libra is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other Libra placement that you're listening for. What I'm going to talk about here is part of your astrological picture. And if you're very late degree Libra friends, so birthdays like October 15th through the rest of the sign, or Libra degrees around 23 degrees through the rest of the sign, I suggest you additionally listen to my Scorpio report because your very late degree friends will benefit from both readings. So where to start? I'm just going to go around the chart in order of things that are lighting up for me to talk about for you, and then later and throughout we'll hit some important dates and hopefully get you prepared for the very, very, very intense time that is coming. So the first and probably most important thing we're going to talk about in this period of time, so not just now but also October, even into November, is the fact that there is an eclipse in your sign. We started the Aries Libra eclipse cycle in April with that black moon eclipse in Aries, and that has begun some years now of radical changes for Aries and Libra placements. So you all are in the hot seat for better or worse. The summer or winter for you all down under, we had some time to integrate the changes that had begun, and you started to see a little bit of a direction of how things might go. And now, like a book, like a great book, like the book of your life, you're seeing the chapters being woven with these storylines that opened up then. And now this is, increasing in intensity because it's your eclipse. So this is 21 degree of Libra, solar new moon eclipse. It's on October 14th, but we have to talk about it in September as well because eclipse seasons are 4 to 6 weeks before the actual eclipse. So 4 to 6 weeks before the middle of October is all of September, and you might even see some of this in August. So I don't want you having September come along and all this crazy stuff is happening and nobody's talking about it until October, because you're going to be like, what the heck is going on here? And what's going on here is this, okay? Radical endings, transformational trajectory shifts, karma being blasted off of you like nobody's business, new opportunities to see things in different ways and experience things in different ways, old stodgy belief systems just burning up, evaporating, and new, more functional and helpful ones being born in their place. So this is a very exciting time when your me-we sector is extra accentuated, and new opportunities both in partnership and also your relationship with yourself are going to be born, and energy is going to be shuffled around between you and your focus on yourself and the things you need and others. This is the story of Libra's life anyway, but it's just, supercharged during this cycle because it's really going back and finding those weak links. Are you still involved in codependent relationships that aren't serving you? Do you want to step more into interdependence? Are you still neglecting your health because you're tending to other people's needs? Are you, do you have people in your life that need you and you've got some blocks to helping? What is going on in your relationship space? You'll know because it will come up, but these are the types of things that you'll get to to get to work with. And we do have another eclipse. We have the final crazy ending of the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle also in October, but again, the season is now. So there's a wrap up from 2 years, from the end of 2021 through the end of 2023 in that Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. You'll be seeing that. We will talk more about this in the October report, but you need to know about it now because the radical changes, the changes between your stuff and our stuff and your spousal money and your government interactions and your debt and your buying stuff and just everything's being all shuffled around. It's being taken from one area and put more in the other area, kind of like something being taken off a shelf and then put somewhere else, and then everything's just getting reshuffled around. And that's going to be in those sectors. So the next thing that, that's going on is Mars is also rocking your sign. You only have Mars in your sign pretty much once every couple of years. So we've got two things that are 2-year cycles happening right now. And so you might notice that things over the last couple of years, You might see conclusions to storylines. You might see picking back up again of things that had begun, advancing of them. But either way, wherever Mars is, obsession follows. And Mars in Libra brings obsessive focus on relationships. Whether you want to or not, this is what's happening. And it could be finding solutions. It could be stewing over people just behaving so badly. It could be, how you're going to partner with people for your own personal expression. And this would be a great way to use the energy because it's accentuating your first house of self, but it's in the sign of partnerships. So if you can get other people on board for what you want, then that's going to really help you. And that dials me back to the next point here. Birthdays are coming, okay? In the weeks before your actual birthday, the sun lights up your 12th house and makes you have all of your fears and all of your worries and all of your anxiety be supercharged. That's why some people start, quote, self-medicating before their birthdays. They say, oh, I'm starting my birthday partying early. What they're really saying is, I might not know this, but my mind is a mess because the sun is lighting up my 12th house of my unconscious mind, and I don't know what to do about it, so I'm going to try to make it go away. So hopefully you'll make a different choice than making it go away with, things that aren't good for you, and you'll just address these things. Like most things in life, they're more scary at the thought of them than they are sometimes actually just dealing with it. And a lot of times when we deal with something, we wish we had dealt with it sooner. So the time before your birthday, where the sun lights up the house of your fears and your unconscious desires and your addictions and your gifts, shows you more clearly the things you don't want. So you can use your birthday wishes, or if you have some other Libra placement, the sun crossing over that placement gives you good energy for intentions. It shows you how to direct that powerful energy because the universe will be super receptive to your desires. So if you know what you don't want, it helps you to define what you do want. Knowing what you do want helps other people to rally behind it and helps you to make the most of this amazing, cosmic help that's available to you at this time. But it starts with some clarity, and you'll be getting clarity from Venus and Mercury moving direct. You'll be getting clarity from these eclipses as well, because old things will be wiped away and new things will start to be on the horizon or right in front of you. Okay, so all of that is happening, and definitely be asking yourself the question, what are you so afraid of, and is it as bad as you think, and how you can get through this in healthy ways, and then get clear on what you want, and then get other people's support for how you're going to do it, because inevitably whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to be helping other people anyway. So any of this not feeling guilty or not wanting to do it or not prioritizing it, this is maybe part of the pattern that's going to end now with this eclipse. Okay, so the next thing that's happening, and some of these things we're going to talk about are going to be very long-term transits. I'm just going in order of the chart counterclockwise, so I'm going to just see the things that come up and then tell you what I see. So Pluto popped back into Capricorn, but it's not anywhere far enough away from Aquarius to not still be influencing there, and for all, it's wrapping up some business in Cap, but for all intents and purposes, it's in Aquarius. This heralds decades of awesomeness for Libras because Pluto, one of the most powerful, cosmic teachers in the universe, is going to be in a fabulous angle for you for decades. So this is great. Pluto since 2008 has been in a really rough angle for Libras. I know you've been feeling that. It's been a transition time. Your home and your work and your family and your housing have been topsy-turvy, and births and deaths and transformation and rebirth. And I'm sure it's been a heck of a time. I can see it in your chart, right? If you've somehow gotten through these years without having it be crazy, I don't know what to say, but probably you're identifying with this because this is a very big deal. But now it's moving into something that's much better for you. And it's going to light up, first of all, your opportunities to use technology and advanced understanding to bring your creative juices alive into transformation and into expression. And what it's also going to do is completely transform your relationship with children or having children, your relationship with your romantic partner, your true love. And it's like you have all the power of an atomic generating, plant, basically a nuclear power plant. You have all that power supporting your creative efforts, whether it's like making a baby or whether it's making a creative project or whether it's creating your perfect relationships or whatever it is. So you've got that going on long term, but certainly now it's just as ready and available for you as it's going to be. So that's worth noting. The next thing I see is that Saturn, recently in Pisces, will be there from 2023 to 2026, is starting to bring some attention to your health sector and your animal sector. Saturn, just like every planet in our dual experience, right? The Earth is a planet of duality. So all of these placements have positive and negative potentials, or challenging. I see them all as opportunities, and the more we frame it that way, the easier it is to deal with. But Saturn is giving you opportunities to gel your perfect health, your perfect daily schedule, your perfect routine, your perfect relationship with pets and animals, your perfect work experience. And again, you got to get clear on what it is that you want, because Saturn wants to help you to do that. Saturn also in Pisces wants to help you take the ethereal and make it tangible. It builds a bridge between the lesser seen worlds and the very tangible experience. So that's all happening. All right, so moving down the road here, we've got Jupiter is in your 8th house, and it's going to go retrograde September 4th through December 31st. So things that have been progressing. This is an interesting month because Venus and Mercury waking up and going direct. Mercury goes direct on September 14th, has the post-transit shadow period till September 30th. Venus goes direct on September 3rd, has the post-transit shadow period to October 7th. But either way, as those energies wake up, so many things that were stymied in your life are going to blaze forward. And as that happens, certain other things are going to dial back. And those things are going to be, ruled by this Jupiter energy. So some of your big vision things, some of your bigger projects, just certain things, you'll see as certain things light up, other things are going to die down. You'll cause yourself a lot of trouble if you try to chase the things that are dying down and say, hey, stop dying down. You're better off seeing the things that are lighting up and just putting your full power behind those, because the things that are starting to go backwards are happening for a reason. You can't do anything about it except go inward. Jupiter retrograde is an amazing time for inner expansion. So certain things will be expanding on the outer, but this is really good for personal development, education, things like that, and new insights. Jupiter's been expanding finances for everybody in Taurus and self-sufficiency potentials. And for Libra specifically in the 8th house, it's expanding the Scorpio energies of deep partnership. So your money with someone else, your shared resources, synergy, spousal money, borrowing money, loans, debt, all of that. Sweepstakes, winning money, finding money. I always like to tell the stories of things that happened to me when Jupiter was going through my 8th house. One time, and I didn't really know anything about astrology at this point at all, but I went through this time where I was winning every single thing that I tried to win, enough to the point where at the company that I worked at, one of my buddies wanted to win something, and it wasn't something I was interested in, which he knew I wasn't interested in it. He's like, put your name in for that, Annie, and win it for me and give it to me. And I did. I did win it, and I did give it to him. So Jupiter was in my 8th house. It expands your luck for winning things, money and things of value, material value, and also spiritual riches. So I'm not encouraging gambling as an addiction, definitely not. But if you have money to put towards something, sometimes something could pay off really big in this time. I've definitely seen that happen in people's charts for sure. And that's being dialed back as well. So, estate planning, trusts, all of these kind of, legal paperwork, kind of more stressful things surrounding financial connections, maybe what's front and center. In a more short-term way, we've got Leo energies lighting up. Star goddess Juno, Venus, recently direct, still in Leo. We've got a little bit more of Lilith in Leo, bringing a lot of creative juices, the same area that Pluto is lighting up for ever. We've got a little bit of short-term boost here from these bursts of fire energy, and that works really well with your air energy. So beautiful opportunities to harmonize, to connect with others, connect to your tribe, connect to people that speak your language, sometimes not literally, but just that get you. Build community, have friendships, expand your groups. There's a lot of good energy around that for you right now. Then, of course, as the Sun and Mercury and Pallas Athena come and light up that 12th house, we started to talk about that right from the beginning. This happens with the Sun before your birthday. So several weeks before your actual birthday or the Sun crossing over your Libra placement, the sun is like a spotlight in your unconscious mind, showing you the dust and dirt and yucky stuff, and also showing you the things of value that you didn't even know you had or that you lost. So this is, a really good time of personal enrichment and really digging deep to see which things in yourself want to come out to be your best self. All right, so let me give you a few more dates. Some important things to know about this month is with these energies moving direct, Venus on the 3rd and Mercury on the 14th, these energies take a little while to regulate. So as the month progresses, you'll have more forward moving energy and an easier time with some plans. Okay, it's always hard to plan when you've got retrogrades going on, personal planets going on, because everything is so changeable, and particularly with Mercury, it's like, wow. So if you've got to plan something, appointments or different things, as we get towards the end of September, it's going to be easier to do that. Also, by the way, holiday shoppers, October is going to be a better time, and early November, because we are going to have a retrograde closer to, Mercury retrograde closer to the holidays, Christmas and the other holidays in December. So I wanted to put that in while I was thinking about it. You might do better and find better gifts and have an easier time with that if you're an early shopper this year, starting around October. Okay, so then talked about Jupiter. Okay, so September 14th, we've got the new moon at 21 degrees of Virgo. That's new beginnings in your subconscious mind, new belief patterns and thought patterns, using subliminal programming, frequencies that you listen to, binaural beats, self-development, psychology of any kind. You might turn over a really amazing new leaf in the arenas of your inner workings. Then September 29th, we've got the full moon at 6 degrees of Aries. That's your opposing sign. Lots of opportunity for individuality and independence coming. And even as you start these new relationship things, right? And of course, for you, that's happening in your relationship sector. You guys always have this interweaving of me and we. But, it could be a very zesty, fiery, creative time. And it can really bring something to fullness within your relationship space. All of the Libras will feel that, but the earlier born, so September born Libras, you're going to feel that even more, and the closer to 6 degrees. You'll get more of an exact hit from that. If you love astrology and you're stuck because you don't have a place to ask questions and you want to learn and have a system that helps you develop your education in a coherent way that builds upon each prior lesson, you will love my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Course. You can see that at beastropro.com, beastropro.com. It's an amazing course even if you don't want to do astrology professionally. It just gives you more of what you love about learning astrology and teaches you how to do it for yourself and for your friends and family in a way that enriches your life and helps you to understand others better and to be closer to them and to understand your destiny and to get on it in the biggest way, which you can see this is really a time for that. If you want more free stuff from me, go to anniehelpsyou.com. You can see links to my horoscopes and my other social media and different things that I have going on. Also, you can sign up for my free email newsletter at anniehelpsyou.com and get my new monthly education newsletter, and then also my write-up of the month ahead, which is over a month ahead. It's early for your planning purposes with my sweet and salty dates, my favorite aspects, and a general write-up of the month, plus links to things I've created for you to make the most of the potentials. So I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.